We are officially live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. It's a Wednesday right before Thanksgiving. And I am really excited to be here. So, good morning. Welcome to Money Matters. My name is Nev. Today, boy, do we have stuff to go over. I mean, talk about from the fines of the finest of the fines. JP Morgan, yet again in hot water, paying hundreds of millions of dollars right after they almost paid 1 billion for fraud yet again. So there you go. Be careful who you bank with and who you trust. And they say, don't trust crypto. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. We'll cover that in the news today. We're also going to be talking about what's happening with the XRP. If you are an XRP holder, there might be some bearish or bustish news that are coming your way, so you want to be careful. We're also going to be taking a look at a short-term Bitcoin and Ethereum prices. We're going to be taking some positive news that is coming for Stellar. If you are interested in Stellar holding, we have some whale news, we have some Filecoin news. So we're going to be talking about ways that you can make and lose money. So hey, if you want to lose money, today's show can help you do that, and by not watching it, I would assume. And if you're looking to potentially make money and preserve your wealth, hey, Money Matters is for you. We're going to take a look at all kinds of stuff. I mean, I have so many tabs open. I'm actually not even surprised if the whole thing just shuts down. So I do want to welcome everybody who is watching this live. Hey, if you're watching this live, welcome, good morning. Thank you for joining. If you are there, show me you're human. Smash that like button if there is one where you can see it. If you are brand new to the whole thing, do me a huge favor, subscribe, hit the bell button notification, and of course, if you do enjoy the show, smash the like button so we can help other people discover the channel. If you're watching this on one of the podcasting services, or listening, because you can't watch. I mean, I guess you could, but you better watch the road because I bet you are driving. So welcome as well. If there's some sort of subscribe button, do me a huge favor, subscribe. All right, y'all, let's do this. All right. Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, and JP Morgan has not much to be thankful for. Here's what's going on. JP Morgan to pay $250 million fine over pattern of misconduct in wealth management business. Yeah, so this is the second huge settlement in 2 months. In September, they actually had to pay close to $1 billion for misconduct for actually, they're saying in Forbes magazine, allegedly, but they've already been found guilty, so I don't know that it's alleged. But they have been manipulating the price of gold and silver in addition to other stuff. And so here is what basically comes in. Remember, they paid $1 billion. Now they got to pay $250 million. Ouch. And, they say you got to trust the banks. And I'm going, really? If JP Morgan is an example of a bank to trust, I'd rather go bankless. That's right. That was a shameless plug-in for the Bankless podcast and subscription service. I am not part of them, but I do enjoy what they put in. And, there's some truth to that piece. So what happened? Well, they were illegal practices such as spoofing. This is not the spoofing like in the tech world, spoofing, but the traders actually flood the markets with orders they never plan to fill or execute or do anything. All they want to do is show an appearance of an excitement about the asset so that the prices go up. Now, typically they would do this because they're shorting the position, right? Here is the manipulation of the markets, if you don't believe me. And then they actually go short it. They make a ton of money because you buy basically nothing. And then it dumps on you, and you're left holding the bags, and they're left making the money. But don't cry for JP Morgan, and don't worry about them. Whatever the fine that they are paying, I assure you, it's absolutely nothing in comparison to how much money they have made. All right, speaking of the real markets, all of the markets are real markets, but the traditional markets that everybody follows, treasury yields back on up over the course of 5 days. Volatility is down. Look at this thing, man. So the prices have been pumping. They will continue to price. They will continue to pump. Silver is up, trading up for the day, down over the 5 days, trading slightly above $23. Gold is the same story as you will see in a moment. It actually has pumped up slightly over the 1 day. In 5 days, it's still down cycle on it, losing almost $150 in about 4 or 5 weeks. Crude oil is up for the day and up in a 5 day, and this puppy is going up. Many investors are expecting crude oil might be a great way to make some dough. Nasdaq futures is looking greenish for the day. It's been looking really nice over the past few days. So hey, that might be a good short-term trade. Not a recommendation, not an invitation, not a financial advice, but you just got to be aware of it. On the futures for for Dow Jones, they are actually trading down, but they're up over the 5 days. So you could potentially expect that the Dow might open lower when the bell rings in a couple hours. Here we go. S&P 500 in 5 days, they are definitely up. In 1 day, they're down. So again, it could be trading downwards from here on out. Now, one of the things we wanted to cover, well, we're going to cover what's happening in the crypto market because, well, I do enjoy that one way more and way better. They do say that it's manipulated. Shame, shame, shame. Clearly, they haven't looked at JP Morgan and what they do with manipulation. So, when you compare the two, actually, crypto market would be considered the pure one, in my humble opinion. All right, so what's going on? BTC, well above 19,000 at this point. It's currently standing at $19,213.43. Ooh, we should probably, hold on. Let's refresh, maybe moved. Yeah, it did move slightly down. Bummer. Bummer. BTC, $19,181.70. It did go up just under 1% in 24 hours. So it's basically going sideways. And we're going to be taking a look at the charts later in the show so you can see what's going on. Ethereum actually has gone down in price. It was above 600, then hit 620, then it kind of came down, but it's not going super low. It's sitting at 597.57 down 0.8% for the day, but they did pump almost 24% in 7 days. XRP still pumping on up 9.8% in 24 hours. And so I do have some information news about ETH as well as XRP, so you want to stay tuned for that because there's some short-term bearish news that potentially you could be dumped on. So stay tuned for that because it's important for you to understand what's going on and make your own moves in the world. Let's see what else. Bitcoin Cash, wow. Bitcoin Cash pumped 33.8% in 7 days, up 2% in the last 24 hours. And this puppy is trading at 341.83. So the hard fork that they had experienced not that long ago basically was meaningless. Hey, I think it actually helped Bitcoin Cash. Link is holding steady above $15, 1.1% up. Litecoin still up on the green, 88.74%. ADA is up, DOT is down, Binance 2.2 up. XLM, we do have some excellent news about XLM. Oh no, what happened? Go back, no, come back. All right, we're just gonna have to refresh this, y'all, because I don't know how to go back. XLM, we do have some really important news. Look, y'all, they have pumped 149.8%, almost 150% in 7 days, 38.6% in 24 hours. And yes, I do have quite a bit of news when it comes to that particular coin. On the biggest winner side, Zilliqa. Zil is up 45.1%. XLM is the second round at 38.6%. Zen 26%. XAM 24%. S&T 22%. I mean, we're having some very, very strong bull stuff. Of course, on the losing end, not a whole lot of strong losers. The biggest loser is NXM at 6.9%, Cell at 6.2%, VT 6%. And, we do have some losers, but nothing on the huge end of things. let's see, the biggest gainer in the 7 days is going to be Zen again at 153.6 and XLM at 148 9.8, XRP 126.8, XVG 88.5. These are some crazy gaining moves. We're definitely in the bull market. Congrats if you have made some money. If you hold Aave, you might be down 16% in 7 days if you bought, 7 days ago, I guess. And Quant is 11. Again, not a whole lot of stuff on the losing end, a lot of things on the gaining end. So let's take a look at the news and what's going on over there. We go across the ocean. Well, for me, it's actually across the continent, then across the ocean to get and find out what's happening the other side of the world, where it's probably even tomorrow. Australia and Singapore to trial paperless trade using blockchain technology. What in the world? Under Australia's Singapore Digital Economy Agreement, DEA. By the way, in the United States, DEA is something very different. Has nothing to do with digital economy. And if you're on the wrong side of the law, when you see DEA, you run the opposite direction. But in this case, we're actually going to run their direction, because what they're doing is developing a blockchain trial which has already launched this week to attempt to make it easier for businesses to digital exchange trade documentation and reduce administration costs and increase trade efficiency. So what happens is that when you ship something, there's like paperwork out of this world that has to go through, and you sign it, and then like 1700 carbon copies that goes everywhere. So not only is this going to reduce the administration and the cost, I also think it supports the green energy. Hey, CFTC guideline compelled Coinbase Pro to discontinue margin trading. Ouch. Yes, margin trading is going away on Coinbase Pro. You can still trade, but no longer leverage. You can't do a margin, which means you no longer can do leverage, and it comes from the new guidelines. So they're discontinuing that starting today. So get yourself out of that. And hey, there's plenty of other places where you can trade. So if you already have crypto, DEXs are going to be probably one of the best ways where you can do some trading on the margin. And there are some really, really good ones out there that exist, DYDX. And by the way, DYDX has also announced that they're going to be issuing a coin for the users. Coinbase, another news from them. So we had the ugly and the pretty. They're ditching the customer tax forms that set off false alarms at IRS. That's a really good thing. So what happened? Well, they've been sending the 1099K forms, which are leading IRS to basically believe that you made money even though you didn't. Because what they didn't do is they didn't track the purchasing, the base of when you buy. So the only thing that they were tracking is how much a particular coin has gone up in value. So as far as IRS is considered, you made a bank. Meanwhile, you're looking at your income statement going, I lost money, man. And now they're coming to tax you. So they are actually discontinuing this stuff. They're going to be still sending miscellaneous 1099 for those of you in the US. But it's going to be slightly different. So that should hopefully maybe just get the tax man off your back. Now, Bybit. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. Some bad news again for Ethereum and Bybit. So what happened? Well, the contracts fail. Ethereum contracts fail on Bybit, and they have no clue why. So what ended up happening is that the price has actually moved, and this is the derivative exchange in China, of course. And so what happened is that they had failed to update, and a lot of the individuals actually saw their triggers be triggered and sold off. So they have actually connected with their customers, said, hey, reach out to us, this was wrong, we need to figure out of how to do this better for you. So we'll see if they're going to actually pay them back or not. Now, here is the scary news about Ripple that you have to know. Don't go anywhere, because dormant Ripple whale linked to Genesis block, Genesis address, just moved 40 million XRP to Bitstamp. What does that mean? Well, typically when whales move money to an exchange, they are about to sell. And they are about to sell potentially 40 million XRP likely looking to make a ton of money from it. Now, of course, the community out there is going bananas on the Twitter, and I'm sure you can find it if you look for it, and you probably don't even have to look hard, that they're saying, hey, it's probably the founders who are benefiting from the giant move, and they are looking to actually dump the price on you. But hey, there is additional news from the Daily Hodl on the crypto analytics firm that is issuing the price warnings for Bitcoin, not just XRP and Ethereum, and as well as Chainlink. There is mixed feelings over here. You let me know how you feel, and I will tell you exactly how I feel about this whole thing. But let's first look at what they have to say. Crypto analytics firm Sentiment is warning euphoric Bitcoin investors about the top cryptocurrency's near-term trajectory. We're going to be looking at some charts over here later on, so don't go anywhere and take a look at what they're saying. They are saying that they are firmly bearish on Bitcoin after a peak in sentiment and recent rally above $19,000 level. And of course, it makes sense as we go in, and we start getting more individuals that hit that 20,000. That means that everybody is going to be profitable, which in short term could easily mean that people are going to start dumping. What else has happened? Well, Google Analytics also shows us in trends that Bitcoin Googling has begun. Does that mean that the population's gonna come in? Yes, it's very likely, but be very careful. If you've been holding it, you might want to maybe potentially protect yourself, especially if you're in leverage trade. Likely not on Coinbase Pro. Another piece that folks have been also triggering and looking for is Ethereum. We're going to be taking a deeper look into that in a few moments. But right now, let's see what Sentiment now has to say about XRP. And they're saying slightly bearish on both XRP and Ethereum. They expect XRP to reach local top in the near term if it hasn't already. And that combined with the whale moving mad money in it might be a good idea to protect your gains and not be the bag holder for the whale. Of course, they're saying that the Ethereum's network address activity isn't accelerating in unison with the price of ETH, and the ETH did go above $600 as we talked about, has come down at about 590ish or so. To me personally, it's a great buying opportunity because of what's about to happen only in a few days. And folks that have been paying attention big and are likely making a ton of money already. Pay attention to the ETH supply on crypto exchanges. The lower, the better. And the supply has been super low. Why? Folks are staking. Why? Well, ETH 2.0 is rolling out right after the Thanksgiving break. So while you're looking traditional news and everybody's trying to sell you on Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, those in the crypto community are making mad money by staking their ETH and waiting for returns of 30+% on annual basis or more. But probably won't be more because the thresholds has been reached, and I will share that with you in just a moment. As for the Chainlink, well, they're saying it's looking for a larger spike in positive sentiment to fuel a fresh rally. And of course, what else do we know about Chainlink? Well, today is a magical day if you are a Link holder because LinkSwap has officially launched. And of course, if you're holding their native crypto for the LinkSwap, you potentially could make a ton of money. Why? Again, not a financial advice. Please don't do something just because you heard a random guy somewhere tell you that it might be a good idea. But the reason for me that I think it might be a good idea is because, well, it's the limited number of coins. And if I look at what's been happening with YFI, right, the yearn.finance, with the limited number of coins, Chainlink, YFL, has actually put in even smaller amount of it, and it's already been well above $1,000. It did drop below it. I haven't looked at the price today, I'll be very honest, but it does have a strong potential to improve your wealth. Now, let's switch over to Stellar. Remember, I did tell you I have a ton of news for those that will pump and those that will dump. Stellar Lumens doubles in price following the upgrade. So if you're wondering why did Stellar price just go up like crazy, it's because they have rolled out an upgrade. New protocol was received positively by the crypto market, coinciding with a 100% price rise in XLM across the last 48 hours. And of course, we did see that it's been pumping like crazy. Now, this particular thing is one of the first altcoins that many folks have purchased. They are rolling out some exciting news, like for example, USDC is going to be rolling out on Stellar Network in 2021, which could be highly beneficial for XLM if you are thinking about potentially buying that stuff. Now, the Protocol 15 upgrade includes two new components designed to enhance user experience while retaining defense against farm attacks. A farm attack is where multiple accounts are created by an entity with the aim of harvesting the small amounts of funds sent to those accounts by service provider, which are required to activate the account. And they're looking to protect it and try to protect the price going down and some sort of DeFi hack like we saw with Pickle. Now, talking about Pickle and talking about YFI, well, there's news over there that could be potentially bullish for both Pickle as well as YFI coin. Yearn.finance absorbs Pickle to boost DeFi rewards. That's right, they are combining and starting to collaborate to create new vaults and strategies. It turns out that the Pickle jar has very similar code to that of Yearn.finance version 1 Y vaults, and now they're actually going to collaborate and work together to reduce the duplicate work. And this was an announcement made by the Yearn founder, Andre Cronje. And of course, you do know that whenever he tweets something and puts something out there, people go bananas going into it. So I personally expect that these projects are going to do extremely well. And we're going to be taking a look at YFI chart because I saw something that made me think this puppy is going up. Again, I could be wrong, but hey, do look at it with me in a moment. Now, another thing that is important for you potentially to be able to make money is Filecoin, FIL. Filecoin storage tops 1 billion gigabytes as tokenized FIL launches to use in DeFi. Now, what they have done, Anchorage and Token Shops have launched a wrapped version of the Filecoin, which is WFIL, a wrapping protocol allowing Filecoin to be used on Ethereum. The first announcement with the wrapped FIL on Monday promoting its use in decentralized finance application including Compound, Maker, and Uniswap. Wrapped Filecoin will enable some really creative DeFi products that create huge opportunities for Filecoin miners and storage users. Now, if you don't know anything about Filecoin, well, they're decentralized storage network that offers incentive to miners who provide storage capacity in the network and individuals who need to access the information and the storage and the hosted data will have to pay in services in FIL coins. The data set includes Berkeley's self-driving data, a copy of Wikipedia's database, and the International Genome Sample Resource 1000 Genome Projects. This is incredibly bullish in my humble opinion, and I do believe that this is going to launch Philcoin even higher up in the long term. Again, not a financial advice, do your own research. Now, another piece that is also exciting is that they have announced that they have partnered with the top crypto exchange Huobi, or however you want to call it, HUOBI, to launch the Huobi Filecoin Incubation Center. And of course, we do have news about this particular piece as well. They're backed by $10 million fund, and they're going to be collaborating, focusing on investing on ecosystem projects, as well as providing support for a wider Filecoin community. Protocol Labs will provide technical advisory supports for projects that join the incubator and participate in related events. These two particular pieces of news make me believe that FIL could be going up in a big way in both short and long term. Now, here we go. What's happening with Ethereum? Remember, they did say, kind of be careful about Ethereum, but I do believe that the price is going to go up. And here's the reason why. Well, Ethereum becomes one of the largest proof-of-stake chains ever before launching. With the staking threshold now met, Ethereum 2.0 can officially launch as planned on December 1. The world's largest proof-of-stake network, even before it has begun, before it's gone live. Now, of course, staking on the ETH 2.0 deposit contract has surged over 500,000 ETH, meaning that the threshold of 524,000 has been exceeded and the countdown to Beacon Chain Genesis has now begun. Now, for me personally, while I look at this stuff, this is really exciting for ETH 2.0. But what is even more important, when I look at the amount of ETH that is being locked, that means people are not going to be selling this nor exchanging it, which means as more people join in, when they see the money that is being made and this proof of stake is proven to everybody that there is stake in it and nice returns, I think more people are going to start jumping into this particular piece, which is only going to drive Ethereum price even higher. And also to keep in mind is that while Bitcoin, the older brother of Ethereum, if you would, is only a few short percentage points from the all-time high, Ethereum still has about 80 some percent to go. So think about it. We do have a long way to go. Another piece that makes me believe that ETH is going to go even higher, well, here it is coming from CoinGate. ETH BTC correlation drops below 50%, signaling bull run ahead. That's right. So of course, what has happened? Well, the ETH BTC correlation has dropped below 50% for the first time since January 2018. The drop in correlation indicates that we might be heading for a bull run ahead very soon. The only time the ETH BTC correlation dropped below 0.5 was before the bull run in 2017. This is another one that makes me believe Ethereum is going to go through the moon in short order. And of course, there are many individuals that are tweeting about the whole thing and looking at it and saying, boy, this is really exciting. For me personally, I do believe that we are heading for some really exciting times ahead. Now, for those of you that are watching, I'm going to do my best to try to explain the chart, but if you are watching, we're going to take a look at the chart of Ethereum first. And what do we see? Well, let me see if I can actually zoom out a little bit so you can actually see this a little bit better. Here we go. So what we are looking is a 15-minute candle chart, and in a short term on the 15-minute, you will see that the 200 moving average has actually crossed above 50. This is typically bearish, but this is on the short-term spectrum, and you will see that we had actually dipped all the way down to $580 some per Ethereum and have come up since then. So we're kind of moving in the sideways manner. But if I switch over to, for example, 1 hour section, you will see very quickly and easily that we are still well above 50-day moving average is still well above the 200-day moving average, and this is a minor potential pullback that we are still sitting well within a channel, and we are performing pretty darn nicely. We've done a good job printing. We're going slightly sideways, and I do think that we might be actually going on higher. Again, I could be wrong. If we take a look at 1 day, boy, the chart looks very different, and you will see we are breaking what is going on. We're breaking above the channel. We're now printing a few red candles, which again, on the long term, makes me very, very bullish. Now, I do want to take a look at what's going on with BTC USD. Thank you very much. Oh, here we go. We're looking at a 15-minute candle chart, and as you can see, we are well above 50-day moving average. We did go down to the 200 moving average on the earlier today. This was about midnight my time, and I am in the eastern board of United States, coming from rather chilly New England right now. And since then, we have actually come with a nice recovery right over here, and it looks like we have found the local top at about $19,369. So this could be the new sort of ceiling that we're looking to break. We are following very nicely within the layout of the whole thing, and I do think that, you know, going sideways for a few days is going to be really, really good and very important thing. If you look at the 1 hour chart, which is what we just switched to right now, you can see that we bounced off a 50-day moving average on a 1 hour chart, which is highly bullish, and we're going up. We're struggling to go above the 19,200 level, which is okay. I do want it to go sideways, and again, we're seeing that this particular line that I have drawn that is sitting at $18,847 or so is becoming the new support level. So even at the 50-day moving average, the support level could be at 18,800. And so we'll see how it all plays out, but it is very, very, very bullish. Finally, let's switch over to YFI, the yearn.finance. And the reason I told you that I'm very, very bullish on this particular crypto is because of not just what's happening with them in collaboration with the Pickle as well as Andre, basically rolling out the projects that people get extremely excited about. But we've seen the price go up from the high of about 29,000 or so in when was that, 20th of November. Since then we have come down, currently trading at what, about $23,769 plus minus a bit. But what I'm seeing is this beautiful triangle pattern over here that we are looking to potentially break. Now, triangle patterns, if you don't know anything about technical analysis, are really, really good signs because, typically when things break, they break big in the up or the down manner. And so what I am actually seeing here is that now it's coiling up. It is trading on the bottom end of the whole thing. If it does break below, I would say, let's see, 23,600 or so, 23,400 is right now. So it's breaking slightly below this pattern. If it continues going down, we could be potentially experiencing some negative news. This is a 1 hour chart. We did cross over 200, did cross above the 50-day moving average. So that is on the bearish side of the things. It potentially could break down. If it breaks down, it's going to go down likely quite a bit on the bear side of the things. However, if it's able to bounce off of the bottom of the triangle and go back up and hit the top part again, this could be very bullish move, and we could see potentially YFI move on even higher. So there you go. This is the news for today, day right before Thanksgiving. Tomorrow we're going to be going live again, and we're going to be talking about real estate because, as you know, I am incredibly bullish on both real estate and crypto. And on Thursdays, we always cover real estate news. We're going to be attempting to broadcast live on multiple platforms yet again and see if I can be successful without killing my computer. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a huge favor. Help me out. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. If there's some sort of notification, hit it right away. And I do want to thank everybody who is watching this live, listening to this, and supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Until tomorrow, stay forever money blessed. And do remember, you are only